Hello and welcome, everyone. My name is Mark, a trainer here at WEX Field Service Management, and today we are covering maintenance plan basics. This webinar will cover maintenance plan setup, getting your templates set up, adding maintenance plans with no payment. If you are coming from a previous software, maybe you have maintenance plans in that previous software that you need to transfer over. Those are plans that people have already paid for. And then selling a maintenance plan on an invoice, setting up new customers, how to schedule your maintenance visits, and then we'll also look at your maintenance plan discount and how that works in your system. Let's go ahead and dive into WEX FSM. When you first log in to your system, you'll be on the schedule page. And the first place you're going to navigate to on wexfsm.com is more applications, maintenance plans. That will bring you to your maintenance plans template page. This is where you will set up the different plans that you offer. There's many different ways that you can do this. For some of my customers, they just have, very simple, straightforward, one plan. This is the service that we provide. We're going to come out in the spring. We're going to come out in the fall, so twice a year. And, you pay annually. That might be an example of this template here, the Comfort Club Plan. Sign up as part of our Comfort Club Plan, and we'll come out twice a year and make sure that your systems are maintenance. Maybe you want to set up multiple different variations of a plan that will have different systems. So, one system, two system, three system. You can set up as many plan templates here as you want. And the basic way that this works is you will set up your templates here. And then when you go to add a maintenance plan, anything you have set up on this maintenance plan template page will be available as a dropdown to select. And then it saves you time because all of the plan details are already pre-set up. To create a new plan, you will click New Maintenance Plan. And then you just fill out the information here to your preference and hit Save Maintenance Plan. Now, I have already done this, so we're going to go back to the maintenance plan list, and we're going to use the Comfort Club Plan as an example today. Let's click on Comfort Club Plan. And then at the very top, you have your plan name and plan description. These are customer facing, so this is kind of what you want your customer to see. If you're selling a maintenance plan on an invoice, you can, let's say I'm a technician, I'm out in the field, I add the Comfort Club Plan to the invoice, I turn my tablet around to show my customer, and they'll be able to see the plan name. You're signing up for the Comfort Club Plan today. Your satisfaction is our number one concern. Here's the pricing, etc. This is up to you what you want this to say, but just know this is customer facing. Then you have the color code. Anytime you sign a customer up in your system for a maintenance plan, you attach a maintenance plan to your customer, they will have a star next to their name. So this star you can color code. And then at a glance, you can know like, oh, if it's a blue star, I just know it's the Comfort Club Plan. Typically, that star, you can also hover over the star when you see it in the system, and it will have a little pop-up that tells you which plan it is, but you can color code your plans. All right, contract length. Now, the contract length, this has a little detail to it. The way that you set this up is up to you, but let's talk about this. So this is the length of the contract that your customer is signing up for. So if I have it set to 1 year and the customer signs, that means that their plan is for 1 year. And it's a contract basically saying that, you are going to pay as the customer and I'm going to provide the service for 1 year. At the end of that year, this plan will be marked as expired in your system, and then you can just sell them another plan that will sign them up again, let's say for another year. And maybe that's the way that you want to do it. You're just doing annual contracts. You can do that same thing for different amounts of years. And basically, if I set someone up for 5 years, then that's a contract saying for the next 5 years, you will pay and we will provide the service. And at the end of the 5 years, it will be marked as expired. But each year it will, well, when you set these up, another detail, when you set up the contract, it's going to create a job for each service window that you have set up. And so down below here, service windows are the time frame that you're going to go out and actually do the service. Now, you won't really know which day you're going to go out 6 months from now when you go and do the service. So that's why we pick a time frame, and that's the time that you would then contact the customer and actually schedule the date and time. But when you choose the contract length, that does affect how many service windows or service window jobs are created. So if I set 1 year and I have two service windows, it's going to create two jobs. And those will be the jobs that you use when you go out and do the maintenance visit. If I choose 5 years, then it will make, 10 jobs. Another option is until canceled, and that is best paired with the recurring maintenance plan payment. So you can set up recurring payments with your customers. They provide their payment information. Maybe that's their card information, maybe their bank account. But you will take that gets saved on file. You will set the duration. Maybe they're going to pay monthly, and then that will just auto debit. But you will want the contract to continue as well. You don't want the contract to expire and the recurring payment to continue. So if you're using the recurring payment plan, I recommend using the until canceled option. When you select until canceled, it will make the next 20 years of service window jobs in your system. So just realize if you are choosing until canceled, you're going to see a lot of jobs in the maintenance plan section, but they are organized by year and by service window. So when you go into your reporting, you'll be able to filter out the ones that don't apply to what you're looking for. All right, so that is contract length. Set the year, or if you're doing recurring payments, until canceled. Annual price. This one is another personal preference. So like right now, I'm setting up my Comfort Club plan and I'm saying that, let's say we'll do a 1 year contract and you're going to pay $100 and you pay $100, we'll come out twice a year. And then at the end of the year, we'll reach out to you for a renewal. But setting the price here means that this is the exact price for how much this plan costs. Maybe you get there and you realize they have more than one system, and so you will need to charge more for this plan. So in that scenario, you can create multiple versions of the same plan, which we kind of looked at earlier. So I could make a Comfort Club plan 1 system that's $100, Comfort Club plan 2 system that's $200, 3 system, and so on. The benefit of doing it this way is your technicians out in the field will not have to do any math. They will just hit the drop down for which plan they want to choose. They'll see all the different plans. Oh, I'm looking at two systems right here. Let's choose the two system option. And then the price is already set for them. However, maybe in your industry, there are so many different variations of equipment and add-ons that you would have so many templates, it would be overwhelming. In that scenario, you could create the plan at a $0 price point. So this is another option, another way you could do this. So you set up your template, but you don't put a price. You put it as a $0 price point. And then when you're selling the plan, it has all the details, but then you would look at the different assemblage of equipment, what you need to charge, and then you enter in that custom price in the moment. Some of my customers prefer to do it that way. They set all their templates as $0 and they let the technicians in the field determine what the pricing is going to be. Maybe even in that scenario, you are creating a checklist with all the maintenance plan pricing. And then, I, as a technician, could look at the checklist to see the pricing that I need to charge before updating the plan. Now, that's up to you. For this one, we'll go ahead and set the actual price of $100. Income account. So if you're syncing to QuickBooks, this is the account that this will sync to. So we'll just choose our income job account. Do you want to charge tax? Yes or no? Do you want to auto send renewal reminders? So if we hover over the I here, when enabled, customers will receive an automatic reminder before their current maintenance plan expires. And so that will just send an auto reminder. Hey, we're getting close to the end of your contract. Please reach out to us to renew. And contract terms. So this is the legal stuff. This is also customer facing. And so whatever terms you have, if you have some contract terms, let's say in a Word document, copy that and paste that into here. If you have a PDF, I've seen, maybe you have like a brochure that you've been using for years in a PDF that is, really well designed and you don't want to stop using that. You can just add that as a PDF, upload that, and then that will be sent along with the invoice. So they'll be able to see that within the attachment. We talked about service windows, but just a little detail on this. To add a service window, you will click Add here. And you're going to want to set this based on when you would be contacting the customer to do the actual service. In this scenario, a basic HVAC maintenance plan program, you're typically going out in the spring and in the fall. And so that's what is set here. Maybe you need to do filter changes for a commercial customer and you're going out once a month. You could just set it to, January to January is filter change 1. And then February to February, filter change 2. This is the part where you can just customize this based on the plan that you're setting up, get creative and set this to however you need. Last two things here, service window job type. Whenever you add this maintenance plan, this is going to create a job in your system for each service window. And the job type that those jobs take on, you set here. By default, if you're brand new in the system, you do not have a maintenance job type. And so just as a tip, if you want to update and add your own job types, like adding a maintenance job type so you can tag all of your maintenance visits with a maintenance job type, you will go to Settings, Jobs, Job Types. Job types are great for reporting. So If you want to be able to filter by your maintenance visits, making a maintenance job type is a good idea. So you'll click Add New Job Type, enter in what you want, let's say maintenance. Let's say that a typical maintenance call is 1 hour. You can set your duration for what the appointment will auto default to. And then when you're done, you click Save. That will then save as a job type. And then when you are creating your templates, you'll be able to come here and select maintenance. And then an example here, 6 months from now, I want to look at all of my, maintenance jobs from the job summary report. You can do that very easily because you created a maintenance job type. And then appointment duration for like when you add this maintenance plan and you go to schedule from that maintenance plan job, it will auto default to what you set here. So maybe for a 1 system, you're setting it for 1 hour, but a 3 system, you're setting it for 3 hours. Once you have all of your information set up here, your plan is good, you will hit Save Maintenance Plan. That will then save that plan in your list here. And when you go to add it, it will be available. From here, you can see at a glance the contract length, the frequency, the service windows, color code. And if you want to delete a plan, you can just hit the minus sign here and archive the plan. Archiving it will remove it from this list. It won't be available anymore to choose for new customers, but it will maintain the historical record of anyone who has signed up on that plan in the past. Okay, so that is maintenance plan setup. And that's the first thing you're going to want to do is get your templates set up. Once you have your templates set up, you can start adding maintenance plans into your system. We're going to go over 2 ways of doing this. You can add a maintenance plan with no payment, and you can also sell a maintenance plan through an invoice. And we're going to start with adding a maintenance plan with no payment first. Let's navigate to our customer. I'm using the customer search in the top right, and I'm just going to type in my customer, Mary Smith. Click on Mary Smith. That will take you to her customer page. And then each customer page, every single customer profile in your system has different tabs right here. And we're going to click on the maintenance plans tab. Now, some scenarios of adding a maintenance plan with no payment would be you can add pre-existing plans that the customer has already paid for. You can add a free plan. Maybe you run a promotion 1 week where you're just giving out free maintenance plan contracts for any installs that you're doing, whatever it is. Or maybe you are still in onboarding. You've just signed up for WEX FSM and you have maintenance plans in your previous system and you want to backdate those and get those into your new system here in WEX FSM. But those would have already been paid for. Those are like pre-existing plans. So this option that we're about to show is adding a maintenance plan where you will not be taking payment and you're just getting it into your system and simply adding a plan to a customer. To do this, we will go to that maintenance plans tab here and click the red plus button. So this plan name, this is where we see all of our templates. So the templates we set up on the template page now is available here. And let's choose the Comfort Club plan. The beauty of the templates is that you spend time setting it up and getting the description and making all your details. And then in the moment when you're adding it, it saves you so much time. You don't have to build this out. this is ready to go. Um, from here, it does become unique to this customer. So it is a true template. I'm pulling this in. We're selling the Comfort Club plan, but let's say that for this customer, I need to update the price to, $150. Whatever you need to do for the price here, you can update, and it will be unique for this customer only and not update your original plan pricing. You can select a sales agent. Maybe you want to track who is selling maintenance plans, perhaps to give them, a bonus at the end of the month. And you can also see the contract terms here. And if you're standing in front of the customer, they can sign for this plan right here as well. If you don't take a signature, that's okay. Just realize it won't prevent you from moving forward if you don't have a signature. So that was setting up the contract. Next is setting up your service windows. And again, this is the default that was pulled in from the template, but maybe for this one, I need to add a third service window. You can change what the job name says. When we officially add this to their account, it will create a job for each service window. And the final thing on this is just confirm when your first service window will happen. So right now it is February, so we're within the January to June 2026 timeframe. That's the first time we will go out, so I would set it to that. Click next when you're done. This is saying who is the point of contact that you want reminders for the scheduling to go out to. I'll show you where we'll send reminders in just a little bit, but this will be that default info. Who do you want to send that to? And then finally, taking payment. Now, in this scenario, we are not taking payment because we're either offering this as a free plan or, we're backdating this. The customer has already paid. So for right now, we're going to choose not now for payment and hit done. And there we go. We have added a plan to our customer here, Mary. She now has a star next to her name, is part of the Comfort Club plan. And here are the jobs I was talking about earlier. So since we added the plan, it created job 13825 for our AC cleaning that we're going to go out between January and June of this year. And then we have our heat cleaning, which we'll go do in July to December. You want to use these jobs when scheduling. A common mistake for beginners that you might make is you're just scheduling a technician to go out and do a maintenance plan visit, but you're doing it from the schedule page. You're not attaching that appointment to the actual maintenance job. And then it creates its own separate job. It's not connected to the maintenance plan in any way. And you don't want that. What you want is for the maintenance plan job to be run with this actual job folder. And let me look at my notes really quick. Yes, okay. And so from here, if the scenario is this is a plan that's already been paid for, I am backdating this from a previous software, I would then want to, schedule that we've already done a service. Let's say that for Mary, she came from a previous software and we've already finished the AC cleaning, and I'd like to document that in the system here. To do this, you will click the calendar icon here for the AC cleaning we've already done for Mary. And now we can actually schedule directly from the customer page. And in this scenario, we are backdating that we did this. So I'm going to select schedule now. Let's say that we went out there on, January 14th between 10 and 11 a.m. I know that my technician Dustin's the one who went and did that maintenance visit. You can add any notes here that you want just for historical record, but we're going to hit. Oh, wait. Did I do that right? I did not. Oh, I did that right. Yeah, we picked the back date. Okay, we're good. Sorry. All right, so this is saying that it's scheduled, but we want to click back in. And then under appointment status here, change that to complete and save. And now we've backdated this. After you do this a couple of times, it goes very fast. Add the plan, change the date. And now we have a historical record of the plan here. So I'm kind of going back and forth between a couple different scenarios. If you know that they have already paid, then you'll want to set the price to $0 because they have already paid. We're not going to collect again and hit save. Oh, what is it asking for? Hold on a second. Let's refresh. All right, and let's click in. And we want to set this to $0. And I'm not sure why this is not allowing me. We don't want to add a payment plan. Please fill in all of the required fields. Okay. Let's see what we're missing here. I am actually not sure. It should. My apologies. Oh, there we go. All right. Maybe the system didn't have its coffee this morning. I don't know why that just happened. Uh, the way you do that, you would click on the plan, set the price to 0, hit save, and then it will make it a $0 price point. So apologies for that, but we got there and now it's at a $0 price point. So that scenario is adding a plan, backdating your plan. If you're in onboarding, this is probably a process that you'll want to do to get your plans into your new system. Or if you're a veteran, this is a way that you can add free plans to customers. Now, let's talk about selling maintenance plans, which selling maintenance plans is an amazing way to get additional revenue to come in to your business. And WEX FSM does make it nice and easy for you to sell plans. You can sell them from the office, you can sell them from the field. And the main way that you will sell your maintenance plans and collect payment is through an invoice. If you want to take payments in your system, the invoice is the best way to do that. And so to add a maintenance plan to an invoice, let's go to our customer, Justin Hernandez, and let's create a job with an invoice, and then we'll add our maintenance plan to the invoice. To do this, from the customer page, create new job form, and then, let me say this. So let's back up just a second. We're making an invoice from the customer page, and we're using create new job form. We're going to create a job and make an invoice, add a maintenance plan. You can also schedule an appointment. So if you're scheduling an appointment to go out and sell a maintenance plan, you can do that as well from the schedule page. The main thing is getting to an invoice. So that's what we're doing now. So we will, from the customer page with our quick actions here, create new job form, and let's choose maintenance because we know we're going to sell a maintenance plan, and I can even name the job maintenance plan. So when I look at the timeline, I can know, oh, this is when we sold the original maintenance plan. And we're going to create this job with a new invoice. So I'll click create new invoice. So now we're on the invoice. We are in the build mode, and we want to add a maintenance plan. Now, typically when you're adding adding items to sell to your customer, you're using the price book. You would hit add item and add your items here. What we want to do to sell the maintenance plan is scroll down to recommend a maintenance plan. Select recommend a maintenance plan, and now you have your drop down for the templates. Let's choose our Comfort Club plan again. This is just saying a couple details about the template that you're choosing just to make sure you're selecting the right one. But we're not really editing this quite yet. This is just to spot check. This is what we want. You can edit the start and end date and the price up front, but typically you're selecting the plan and hitting save. That will add as a recommended item first. So this may be a scenario where you are talking to the customer, determining if they want to sign up, and then they say, yeah, let's go ahead and do it. Now you will click sign up now. And this is the exact same modal that we saw on the customer page. The only difference is we are going to charge the customer. So we do want to make sure that there is a price here for the customer to pay for. For this scenario, let's say they just have one system. We're selling them the Comfort Club plan. It's $100 a year. And we're going to scroll down and hit next. Set our service windows. We're going to come out in the spring for your AC cleaning, once in the fall for your heat cleaning, and we'll come out between January and June for your first visit. Click next. We will be reaching out to you to do your maintenance visit. Is texting better, or would you prefer email? Let's go ahead and say email. Next. And we are going to be charging them today with this invoice. So we're choosing on invoice. Now, let's hit done. We've added the plan to the invoice, and now we will use this invoice to pay for the maintenance plan. So you can scroll down. Pay Now will process through WEX FSM and send the money to your bank account. Record payment will record that you took the payment, but you'll still need to process that outside of your system. An example of that would be if you're taking a cash payment. You still got to take that to the bank for it to get into your account, but you want to record that you took that payment. And you can send this to your customer. They'll be able to see any attachments that you would have added, like a brochure about your maintenance plan. They'll see all the details on the invoice, and then they can accept the maintenance plan contract, sign it, and pay the invoice. For today's scenario, let's go ahead and record a payment. You will see, it will say this has not been signed by the customer. We do always recommend that you get a signature. But if not, you can just bypass that. It will not prevent you from doing so. And now we're just taking a normal payment like we would on any other invoice. We are saying we're paying for today's invoice for $100. A detail here, it will automatically put that we are applying a portion or all of this payment to a maintenance plan. So here's where that payment is now connecting to the maintenance plan. And then let's say they paid with a check today. When you're done, record payment. And there we go. We can see Justin Hernandez is now a maintenance plan customer with the blue star here. And here's the record of the invoice and of the payment. And if we go to Justin's customer page and we go to maintenance plans, there we go. He is on the Comfort Club plan. We still need to go out and do these services because we can see they're unscheduled. And we can see that the balance for the plan is 0 here and $100 was applied. But now we need to schedule our visits. How are we going to go out and actually do the service? One scenario may be your customer is calling you. They say, hey, didn't I sign up for a plan? Are you going to come out? Yeah, let's get you scheduled right now. You search for your customer, go to their customer page, and technically you can do all of your scheduling this way by just using the calendar icon here and doing what you saw us do earlier. You just schedule right here, 1-to-1. We're going to go out and do this AC cleaning in the spring, and you're scheduling per customer. That's one way that you can do it. Another option is we have a maintenance plan appointment scheduling report, and that allows you to schedule in bulk and send out reminders for visits. To do this, you will go to reporting. So right here in this main navigation in the top here, top left, click reporting. That will bring you to the reporting page. And then we want to schedule maintenance plan appointments. So we're going to use maintenance plan appointment scheduling report right here in the jobs section. If you're the one who does all of the scheduling, I would recommend bookmarking this page. WEX FSM is designed to have multiple tabs open. And so if this is a page you're constantly going to, yes, you can log in. You can just navigate to reporting and da-da-da, but you can also bookmark this page in your browser and come to it directly. This is an amazing page. You can see by default all of your maintenance plan visits that are in your system. When I add a maintenance plan and it creates those maintenance plan service window jobs, that is what we are seeing here. You can isolate by plan. Maybe I want to do, if you have commercial plans and residential plans, they're all going to be mixed up in here. So maybe it's like today I'm doing my commercial maintenance visit planning. So let me go and select that plan. And then you can filter through there. But the most common question that you'll normally have is, who do we owe a service to? I know my guys are in the field, they're selling plans like hotcakes. It's very exciting, but we got to stay organized here. And to do this, I would recommend removing future and remove next. And what we want to see is who has a current maintenance plan in the system, meaning it's not expired, and who are we within the current service window, meaning we owe them a service now. And that's who will show below. So we can see my list of customers that I need to now coordinate with to actually schedule the date and time and get my technician to go out. You can either use the customer information here, which does provide their contact info. So maybe I'm going to just sit at the desk and call customers and schedule. Or you can send out reminders. So right here, I can select all, review, and send notifications. And that will send a reminder out to the customer, letting them know, hey, it's time for you to contact us to schedule your maintenance visit. And there you go. So that is the maintenance plan appointment scheduling. We have one more topic to cover before we get into our Q&A, so get your questions ready. And that topic is maintenance plan discount. Let's first navigate to more applications, price book, pricing defaults. That will bring you to the pricing defaults page. And if you notice right here, it says maintenance plan price. So if you're new, you're not sure what this is, some context around this, your system will automatically apply the maintenance plan price that you set here to every customer who has a maintenance plan attached to them. So for all my maintenance plan customers, this is a great selling tool. You can say, if you sign up for our maintenance plan, we will give you 10% off all parts that we would install for you in the future. And set that discount here. It's a percentage discount. And if I have, Bob Smith is a new customer and he is not a maintenance plan customer, when I create jobs for him, it will be the standard price. But then if we sign Bob up for a maintenance plan, the next job I do for him and all jobs moving forward, it will automatically apply the maintenance plan pricing. And so you don't have to think about it. If they're a maintenance plan customer, they're just going to get this price. If you do not want to offer a maintenance plan discount, just make this 0. And then it is important to know that this is a default that will apply to price book items when you're adding your price book items to an invoice. So if I have an item, that's normally $100, and it's going to subtract 10% from that automatically. But you can control that from each item in your price book. So we're going to go to more applications, price book, my price book. And so just for some context, no maintenance plan, standard price. Yes, maintenance plan price. But each item in your price book, let's just go into a part here. You can control the pricing strategies. So maybe for my parts, I do want that maintenance plan price to automatically apply. So I will keep that turned on here. But maybe for my labor, I'm not trying to give a discount on my labor. So we will make sure that that is turned off. When I create an invoice and I'm adding, I create an invoice for a maintenance plan customer, I add my parts, it provides that 10% discount. But I add my labor, it will not auto apply that discount because you control that per item here. All right, so that is all the information that we have for today's presentation. I hope that you learned something. And we're going to move to our Q&A now. But I just want to say thank you so much for joining. My name is Mark with WEX Field Service Management, and this has been Maintenance Plans Basics.